Turnabout.
Hello! It's Turnabout! It's actual Turnabout! Yes, it's happening tonight as well, Prooks, yes! So the thing that I spoiled yesterday with the singular sphere on the gradiated background, I'm quite impressed that you all managed to identify it as Turnabout. Certainly on Twitter and here in the Discord as well. But yes, we are going to be playing some Turnabout this evening. It's been on the back burner of ideas I've wanted to do. And just last weekend, I thought, you know, why not just do it? Just do it. Just quickly. See what you can do. First of all, thank you very much for the gifted sub there to Cast 7th from Lupine1. Thank you very much, Lupine. Lupine's the only one, actually, that I spoiled ahead of time before everyone else found out from the spoiler image. Thank you very much for the forward resub at Arden Effects. Greatly appreciated. And also, thank you, Westernator, for continuing your gifted sub from Random Zombie as well. But yes, I did spoil Lupine because I know that he's been vocal about Turnabout being a thing in the Discord. So I thought, I'll give him a little nudge just to say it's coming this way. You might be interested. And then I did the spoiler last night, and everyone was like, "What's that all about?" And then some people identifying it correctly, and it is indeed Turnabout from BBC back in the sort of 90s. Those that know the actual history of the show will know that there's been at least two major variants of the show, as it were. One which is the spheres red, orange, and blue, and then there's also this variant which you can see, which is the red, green, and blue. And I'm using the red, green, blue variant in this particular case. And the reason for ROB, for red, orange, blue, is because of Rob Curling being the host. At least that's what people believe. That's the case for why the colours were like that, because they matched up with ROB. That might be just a coincidence. I don't know, but it certainly was. That was the colours were chosen then, but then they changed them to make them a little more accessible, because the red and the yellow or orange were quite close together on the spectrum. They were quite close together, so it's very difficult to discern, especially if you're red, green colourblind, I guess. That'd be very difficult to determine between those two different shades of reddish. So there was that, and then there's also different rule sets of how the spheres change. For your reference out there, the people that know how the game works, I'm using basically the most recent version of it. It's the one that they ended the series on. I'm using that version. I'm not doing any of the crazy stuff. So that's what I'm going to be playing with. And we will just be sort of messing around this evening with it as well, because there's different things in it I need to test to see, just basically to see how it works for Twitch, because I'm not entirely certain yet how well it's going to work, but we'll find out. Let me say hello to everyone in chat first, though, because I haven't done that. Let me go all the way up to the beginning of the chat that I could see. And I need to say hello to Arstortle, Top1 Gaming, Yellowtail, Dr. Mummy, with X Shapes, Dogfish, Score Count, TJ, Toadboy, Cetra, 8 Minky, Proogs, G. Eisens, hello there. LK, hello there, LK, welcome. Carl the 7th, Arden Fetz, Tyson Bain, Connor, Itogi, Inisk, Linepiece, hello there. Nithers, hello there. Also Clive as well. Procyon, welcome. Pop Ram Comedy, hello. Deuce, hello there. Deuce, Duplis, hello there. Ramsey, I've already said your name. Colo, welcome. Westernator, hello there. Mon Ami, hello there. Puzzle Dan, hello. Who else? Inisk, hello there. Oh, also, Lupine with a gifted sub to Lugaroo. Another gifted sub, Lupine. Thank you very much for that. Very generous. Very, very generous. And Undead, hello there. And all the names. And Do Not Put Me in Pizza, hello there as well. And Royal Flush, hello there. And Lugaroo as well, hello there. Pumman Ben, Amy G, and Bollister, and and I'm now caught up, I think, with all the names that I can see. But even if you haven't said anything, welcome, and you're more than welcome to lurk around on this stream. So yeah, this is going to be a bit of a sort of experimental game, because, well, it's plugged into a dictionary API that I managed to find. So all of the game is sort of randomly generated ahead of time. So I just hit a play button and the questions are sort of written already. Obviously, there are a few side effects of using an API for this, in that the definitions that will come up might be a bit weird, but it is sort of automatic. So I just press play, it finds some suitable words, suitable word pairings, and we just go. Randomly generated turnabout. Yep. And thank you for the 100 bits, Random Zombie. Well, we're going to make it a word, I guess. I'm outsourcing my own job. I know. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Random Zombie. The reason for having the API there is just so that I can just quickly test out lots of different words in lots of different scenarios and just see how it works. Later down the lines, if it gets to a point where people want to write tailored question packs for this, then I'll be able to make that happen. But for the time being, I've just plugged it into a massive list of words with a list of definitions, and it does the rest for me. So as long as Skopje isn't part of a question, we should be fine. Absolutely, yes. So, I guess I'm going to play this in a couple of ways, just to see what works. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, for the first game, if you're familiar with how Turnabout works, then join. If you're not, then just watch along. I don't have a sort of sideline game for the Twitch lobby. There's a reason for that, and we may come to that later on in the stream. But for now, all I want to say is, if you're familiar with how Turnabout works, then join in this lobby, just so it's an easier demonstration to those that don't know how to play. That's also all I'm going to say, because this is a massive prototype, and I'm just sort of throwing ideas. We are literally going to be going through loads of ideas tonight, with different rule sets of how things work. So just bear with me, and we'll see what is fun, what isn't fun, and yeah, we'll find out together. Obviously, you just sort of play along in chat, but obviously there's no integration direct to the game. So for now, we're going to do 1v1v1, and if you're familiar with how Turnabout works in the sort of the most recent version of it, then do the join the lobby, and the lobby code to put in will be TDZF. That timer effect, and also this music. Anyone remember this version of the theme? I've just taken a snip of it and cycled it. Are you going to require voice for this? No. Everything in this game is done in chat, either directly in public chat or as whispers. So there's no voice interaction in this one at all. So you can just literally just play from public chat. There's no problem with doing that. And if you've got no idea how this game works, don't worry. We'll explain how the game works, and you'll see how the game works. Like, it's difficult to sort of explain how Sphere Game works without giving you a demonstration, and it may also be difficult to see how Star Game works without demonstration. So that's what I'm going to say is, if you're not certain, sit back on this one, watch how it goes, and then maybe join in on the next one. Thank you for the follow there, Jeppo1456. Greatly appreciated. This is the Don't Copy That Floppy remix, yeah. This is always the program I only ever saw if I was ill and off school. You know what, Proogs? Same here. How many rounds are there? So, at the moment, I have a total... so, that's the thing that I could configure. But for this game, I've configured it so far to be a Sphere game, 2 halves of, a Star game for the 3 players, and then another Sphere game to round it out. I do not have an About Turn round in yet, which was present in the more recent version. That's the only round I have not put in yet, is an About Turn. So I have standard Turnabout Sphere game, standard Turnabout Star game, and standard Sphere game again. So that's what I have. I just don't have the about turn yet. Yeah, it's just one of those games that just sort of got missed by those that didn't see it. Yeah, the about turn is the good catch-up round to sort of try and level the playing field if you're well behind, because of the way the scoring works. But like I say, I haven't got that implemented yet, so I'm not going to bother explaining the rules for it. Okay, so thank you very much to the 21 that have joined the lobby. Only 3 of you will get to be picked to play in this particular game. Okay, maybe make it 20 then instead. So out of the 20, 3 of you will be picked to play. And we'll just quickly pick those players now. Hopefully, if I press the right button. Let me just check that I've got the lobby configured the right way. I do. Do I have the sphere game configured correctly? Yep. Yep, everything should be configured. So, let's pick our players. So for red, we have Amy G. For green, we have Duplicate Force. And for blue, we have David Bodicum. So those are going to be the 3 players for this game. So Amy G, Duplicate, David, get ready. You'll be playing the game. Everyone else, just sit back. Just sit back and relax. Also, yeah, I put the lights in for the RGB because why not? Because why not? So good luck to you 3. And we will be starting with a sphere game. So let's go and have a look at the sphere game. Oh, look at that grid. Isn't it nice? So you will see you have an individual colour now. Amy, you are in red. Duplis, you are in green. David, you are in blue. And we have populated the grid with 12 colours so far. And we have 4 grey spheres. The 4 grey spheres we need to turn first before you can turn anything else. So, how this game works. You'll see at the bottom there it says all the words in this round will contain the letters D, E, B. So you'll get a definition that comes up in chat and also on screen. Chat will be ahead of time for you, essentially. And it'll give you a series of blanks, and there'll be a DB somewhere in that word. You then need to give me the answer to that definition. So if it was, for example, ASH, and you had ASH dash dash dash, and the definition was name of this host, then the answer you would give is Ashley, ASHLEY. And you just send that as a single message on its own in public chat or whisper to Quizbot 3000. Doing that will then trigger you to buzz, as it were. If you're the first to buzz in and you give me the right answer, then you have control of the sphere grid and you get to turn one of the spheres your colour. Like I say, while there are grey spheres on the grid, you have to turn the grey spheres first. But once all the grey spheres have turned, then you can start turning any other to your colour. If you do that and you create lines in the grid, so for example, in this situation, if we were to turn A2 green, then you'll create a line of 3 greens, and green would then earn 5 points for a line of 3. If we were to make it a line of 4, so then we also turned D2 into green, then they'll make a line of 4 greens, and that will get an additional 10 points. So you get 5 points extra for each line of 3 you create, 10 points extra for every line of 4 you create. And it's just cumulative, so if the sphere turns back, don't worry about it, because you've earned those points already. You can turn the sphere back again. So if you get control of the sphere grid on a correct answer given, then you just give me the coordinates to whichever sphere you want to turn. So, for example, in that case, if Duplis did give me the right answer, and they wanted to turn A1, they just send me an extra message that says A1. That's all you need to do. You'll see here we have the timer, the wonderful timer. That will indicate how much time is left in this round. And a sphere game consists of 2 halves. So we'll start off in the first half with all the words with the letters D, E, B. And then in the second half, we will turn about, hence the name of the show, turn about that phrase to BED, where all of the words will contain BED. And we just play until the end of that. And that is a sphere game. Hopefully all of that makes sense. And now Ash Curling. Okay, so that is how the game works. So Amy G, Duplis, David, get yourself ready in public chat. All of the definitions, etc., and control of the game, they'll be sent through messages in the public chat to tell you how the game works. Let's play Turnabout, and if you're ready, can we turn about the timer, please? Thank you. So first one, the remains of something that has been destroyed or broken up. David says debris, and that is the right answer. David, you have control of the grid. Where would you like to go? You are in blue. Going A1. All right, next one. An obligation to pay or do something. Duplis, say debt. Debt is the right answer. You have control. Please turn a sphere. Go for A4. Next one. A sudden violent collapse. A sudden and violent collapse. Anyone going to get this? No, debacle is what we're looking for. The formal presentation of an opposition to a stated proposition, usually followed by a vote. Duplis says a debate. That is what we're looking for. Yes. Where are we going? Going for D4. One grey left now. The presentation of a debutante in society. David says debut is the right answer. Where are we going, David? I mean, there's only one choice for you because we have to turn greys first. Going for D1. Now, all of the spheres are available. Expose while ridiculing, especially of pretentious or false claims and ideas. David says debunk is the right answer. Right, David, where are we going? Let's start scoring some points. Going for C1. That's a line of 4 for 10. Put someone through a debriefing and make him report. David says debrief. Yeah, this is the problem with the dictionary stuff, is that you get silly answers like that. But you are right. Where are we going? Going for B2, another line of 4 for another 10. Lower in value by increasing the base metal content. Duplis says debase is the right answer. Duplis, where do you want to go? Going for A2, that's a line of 3 for 5. Having a sophisticated charm. Amy says debutante. No, but David had another buzz, went with debonair is the right answer. David, where are you going? Going with C2 and get a diagonal of 3 for 5. An accounting entry acknowledging sums that are owing. David says debit is the right answer. Where are we going, David? Going for D4 makes it diagonal of 4 for another 10. A certificate or voucher acknowledging a debt. There's a lot of debting going on. Anyone going to get this one? A debenture is what we're looking for. Prevent the occurrence... Oh, unlucky. That's a problem there. A short news story presenting sidelights on a major story. So that's a problem there. I need to have a bit of delay. Anyone going to get this one? David says sidebar is the right answer. Where we're going to turn, David? I'm going to turn D3 for another line of 3 for 5. And that's the end of the round. That last one there was debtor. So that's the end of the first round. Thank you for the 11th month resub there, Sapster. Greatly appreciated. And at the end of the first half of the first sphere game, we have Amy yet to get off the mark, but plenty of time still. Duplis on 5, David on 40. So now we shall turn about that phrase. DEB becomes BED. So all of the words in this round will contain the phrase BED somewhere in it. So we'll continue the game. And if you're ready, let's turn about the timer. Fix or set securely or deeply. David says embed is correct. Where do you want to go, David? Going to D2 gets you 2 lines of 3. That's 10 points. Inserted as an integral part of a surrounding whole. Duplis says embedded. Yes. We had embed and now embedded. Duplis, where do you want to go? Go for A4, makes it a line of 3 for another 5. Pejorative terms for an insane asylum. David says bedlam. It is the right answer, yes. Where do you want to go? Go for D4, a line of 4 for 10. Dutifully complying with the commands or instructions of those in authority. Duplis says obedient is the right answer. Where do you want to go, Duplis? Going for A1 for a line of 4 for another 10. The ratio of reflected to incident light. The ratio of reflected to incident light. It's the albedo. Never mind, here's another one. Solid unweathered rock lying beneath surface deposits of soil. David says bedrock is the right answer. Or you could be getting some points here with this match. Where are you going to turn? Can't turn D4, it's already yours. Going for A4 though, that's a line of 4 for 10. Behaviour intended to please your parents. Amy, you went with obedient. No, unfortunately it's obedience. Sorry about that. Inserted as an integral part of a surrounding whole. Embedded, yeah, it's not. It's embedded with an I, unfortunately. Provide movies with a soundtrack of a foreign language. So close again. Duplis this time says subbed. No, dubbed. Dubbed is what we're looking for there. Material used to provide a bed for animals. David says bedding is the right answer. Where do you want to go, David? Going to C4 for another line of 4 for 10. Emotionally unstable and having difficulty coping with personal relationships. Duplis says disturbed is the right answer. Well done, Duplis. Where are we going? Go for A4 for another line of 4 for another 10. Thrown into a state of agitated confusion, rattled is an informal term. Duplis says disturbed. Nope. Perturbed is what we're looking for there. Fix or set securely or deeply. Is embed? No. Amy went with embed? No. David went with embed, but incorrectly spelt is embed, spelling IMBED. And in bed is abed. So this is the problem with doing a dictionary search like this, is that you just get lots of words that are very similar to each other with different spellings. And in bed is abed, yes. Not a problem, it's fabulous. So, the end of that first sphere game. Amy, still yet to get off the mark, but don't worry, we can get you somewhere with the star game in a moment. Duplis is on 30. David is in the lead on 80. It's not a bogus feature, absolutely. So, we're now going to be going over to the star game, which is where you get to individually play the game. So you're not competing against each other. And we're going in reverse score order. So we're going to start with Amy on 0. Then it'll be Duplis on 30, then David on 80. So, Amy, go to you first. Don't do anything yet, Amy. Don't do anything yet. I'll need to explain how the star game works for you if you're not familiar. So, on the screen there, you can see 3 different letter combinations. THA, HAT, ATH. You're going to be picking one of those 3 combinations, and for the one you pick, you will then see a wall of 16 answers that all have those 3 letters in there somewhere. And then what you'll need to do is match the definition that you see on the screen or in text to the answer that you see in the grid. So there's 16 possible answers, and each definition will match to one of those answers. You just need to find the right one. Each one you do match gets you 5 extra points. The timer I have currently for this game is 90 seconds, which is far more than on the original show, but dealing with internet latency, having to type an answer, things like that, I've upped it to 90 seconds. It may even have to go longer than that. So once you've made a decision, which we'll do in a moment, you'll get to see the grid of 16 answers. You'll get about 10 seconds before we start the round. We'll turn about the timer, and then you'll be in the round, and you just need to give me what you think is the right answer. And it's just Amy playing this round. That'll make sense, Amy? Hope it does. So, now you may do as it is instructing to you. Would you like to play THA? Would you like to play HAT? Or would you like to play ATH? Just give me the 3 letters that you want. You went with THA? Okay, we'll wait for the computer to load up your star game then with THA. Here they are. Here are your 16 answers for THA. A little bit of inspection time. And then once we're ready, we will turn about the clock. And I'll find out the answers. So, a state of comatose torpor as found in sleeping sickness. And it will just pass on if we don't get anything in a decent amount of time. It will automatically pass for you. We've now gone to a self-feeding furnace that maintains a uniform temperature used by alchemists. Express gratitude or show appreciation to. Might take that time off. You got that one right, yes. Used with count nouns, 2 considered together, the 2. I could probably actually bump that time up as well. Let's change the time to 20 seconds. Out of time. An ancient city-state on the North African coast near modern Tunis, founded by Phoenicians, destroyed and rebuilt by Romans, raised by Arabs in 697. I have increased your amount of time per question now. It's not a Thanor. I actually allow you to give multiple answers in this version as well, for the time being. Moving on, a Christian religious sect in southern France in the 12th and 13th centuries, believers in Albigensianism. That's a word and a half. Oh, it shouldn't actually say the answers. I've just realised that. It shouldn't be saying the answers in Stargame for a reason. Any of various small short-tailed sharp-beaked birds that creep on trees and feed on small nuts and insects. That is time up. I've just realised it shouldn't be giving the answers. That's not part of the Stargame. That shouldn't be doing that. Well, it does do that. The logic is in there to do that, but it shouldn't be doing that because it shouldn't be telling you what the answers are. But you managed to get one matching there for 5 points. It is hard. It is a very hard thing. I say I need to balance things. I don't know if there's... Because I've put in a time per answer for reasons. It's just so that the game keeps flowing a bit more. But I know that it's not in the original show. But then the original show, you were answering very quickly. So this stuff... Go back through the answers at the end would be dull, though. Yeah. That's very true. So... That's the Stargame as it currently is. So Amy, you got yourself 5 points on the board, so you're not on 0 anymore. Let's just see how well everyone else does. So we now move on to Duplis. Duplis, you're currently on 30 points, and you get to pick from HAT or ATH. Which would you like to play? Going with the ATH board. Okay, let's load up that star grid for you. There we go. Those are your 16 words. Be careful with feather and feathered there, I can see, because one will be slightly different definition to the other. Turn about the timer. Here we go. A place where reading materials are available. It's not a diathesis. It is indeed an Athenium. Yes, a constitutional predisposition to a particular disease or abnormality. Diathesis is correct. Empress of Russia, who greatly increased the territory. Yes. Participation in sports events as an extracurricular. Yes. Turning an oar parallel to the water between pulls. Not lathe. Not weather. Yes, feather it is. A trodden path. Pathway, yes. A narrow thin strip of wood used as a backing for plaster or to make lattice work. Lathes or lathes, yes. Negatively charged electrode that is the source of electrons, and yes. Understanding and entering into another's feelings. Not sympathy. Empathy, yes. Having or covered with feathers or plumage. Feathered, yes. A thin flexible tube inserted into the body to permit introduction of or withdrawal of fluids. Catheter is yes. Hate coupled with disgust. Loathing, yes. The meteorological conditions, temperature and wind and clouds and weather, yes. A unit of volume used in measuring bodies of ore. Fathom, yes. An inclination to support or be loyal to or to agree with an opinion. Sympathy, yes. A course leading to warfare battle. It's a warpath! It's a full star grid! He's got it! He managed to complete the star grid! Look at that! Very well played, Duplis. Very well played. Now, obviously you had some second guesses in there, which normally would not be allowed in the main show, but I don't care, because the reason for adding that in is to account for you possibly misspelling it, and allowing you at least a chance to type it again if you did misspell it. But very well played, Duplis. A full grid there. That gets you another 80 points added to your total, and now up to 110. Just like that. Now, you're currently in the lead, Duplis. Now we need to move on to David, who's only 30 points behind. But because they were in the lead going into this, they do not get a choice here. They are playing the HAT Stargame board. So if you're ready, David, let's load up your board. There it is. Those are your 16 answers. Oh my god, there's a lot of hatting going on. So be careful with those. And if we're ready, David, let's turn out the timer. A Buddhist who has attained nirvana. It's not aliphatic, no. It's not Xanthate, no. It was our hatship, apparently. A sloping rear car door that is lifted to open. Hatchback, yes. Not wearing a hat. Hatless, yes. A salt or ester of xanthic acid. Xanthate, yes. Fly very close to the ground. It's not hatting. Not flat hat. It's not alphatic. It was flat hat. Oh. Ah, that was a bug then. An informal term for a person's role. That's a bug. Don't worry. That's a bug. This is why we run these prototype tests. He's robbed, yeah. Well, I could actually add 5 for that. I can at least adjust the scores for anything that is failed on. Not hatched, no. Now we're on to a hateful manner. The other one was hatting, by the way. In a hateful manner. Hatefully, yes. Evoking or deserving hatred. That one was hateful, just out of time. And I will give you that extra 5 as well for the other words. So there you go. You're up to 5. Because it should have accepted it, but I know why it didn't. It's because it's got a hyphen. And it's the first word that I've seen it pick up from the definitions that has a hyphen in it. Even though I have asked it for only alphanumeric characters. No, alpha characters. And yet it's yielded one with a hyphen in it, but it shouldn't have done. So that's an oversight on the API that I didn't realise. Because my regular expression expressly ignores anything that has a hyphen in it. So that's why that happened. Alphanumeric would have been interesting indeed. So, you managed to get 4 on that grid, David. It was a bit harder because you had a lot of hatting going on there and some difficult words coming up. But it's only 5 points behind the lead at the moment. Could I have passed? At the moment, David, I don't have a pass in. But I could put I could put a pass in, I suppose. I say if you just say the word pass, then it does pass. I could certainly implement that, no problem. So that's what it currently is. Can and will screw. Sometimes it can. So that's where we are at the end of the star game, and let's move on to the final sphere game. So we reset the sphere back to its original state. Amy, you're on 5. Duplis, you are in the lead on 110. David, you're catching up 5 points behind on 105. And this POS, this first half of this sphere game, we will be playing with the phrase POS. And if you 3 are ready, let's turn about the timer. And the delivery and collection of letters and packages. Post. Yes, it is post. We have to turn grey spheres first, as before, going with A1. An anticipated outcome that is intended or that guides your planned actions. Going with suppose. No, purpose is what we're looking for. The act of positing, an assumption taken as a postulate or axiom. Postulate? No. Duplis? Position. Yes, position is what we're looking for. Turning at A4. Of an appropriate or pertinent nature. Duplis, going apropos. Yes, apropos is the right answer. Where are you going to turn? Going with D1. A disloyal person who betrays or deserts his cause or religion or political party or friend, etc. Going with apostle. No, not the one we look at. Apostate. Apostate is what we're looking for. Impose and collect. David, going with impose. Yes. It has the word in the definition. You're going to turn D4. All right, all the spheres are now available. A proposition that is accepted as true. Posit? Yes, it is a posit. D+, where are we going? Where are you going? Turning A2, and you get yourself 15 points on that match there. A film showing a photographic image whose tones correspond to those of the original subject. David says a postcard. No, it's a positive as opposed to a negative. The exposure of an imposter or a fraud. David says expose. Yes, expose. David going to B2 gets a line of 4 for 10. A proposition that is accepted as true in order to provide a basis for logical reasoning. So you go postulate. Yes, that one's a postulate. Where do you want to go, David? Go to C4 for a line of 3 for 5. A posture assumed by models for photographic or artistic purposes. Duplis says pose. It is a pose. Where do you want to go, Duplis? Go to B2 for a line of 3 for another 5. The act of putting something somewhere. Amy says position. Nope. It's a deposit is what we're looking for. Deposit. The act of abandoning a party or cause. Duplis says apostate. No. Apostasy. The act of subjecting someone to an influencing experience. Is someone going to get it in time? No. The answer there was exposure. That's the end of the first half of this Sphere game. Amy's still on 5. David on 120. Duplis ahead by 10 now on 130. So now we're going to turn around the POS to become SOP. That is now the phrase we're playing with. SOP. If you're ready, let's turn about the timer again for one final time. A deliberately invalid argument displaying ingenuity in reasoning in the hope of deceiving someone. David says sophistry. Yes, sophistry is right. And you get a line of 4 for 10. A drug that induces sleep. A drug that induces sleep. Duplis says soporific. Yes, very good, Duplis. Where are we going? Going to be 2 for line of 3 for another 5. A second year undergraduate. Duplis says sophomore. Yes. Where do you want to go, Duplis? Go for B3 for a line of 4 for another 10. Bitter leaves used sparingly in salads. A hyssop. Yes. Very well played, David. Go for A4, another line of 4 for another 10. Any of a group of Greek philosophers and teachers in the 5th century BC who speculated on a wide range of subjects. Duplis, say sophos. No, sophist. Sophist. The passage between the pharynx and the stomach. Duplis, esophagus. Very good. Very good. Going with D4. No points on that one, though. A timid man or boy considered childish or unassertive. David says a soursop. No. Amy went with a jessup. No. It's a milksop, apparently. Belief based on mystical insight into the nature of God and the soul. Duper says philosophy. No. It's theosophy. Theosophy. A deliberately invalid argument displaying ingenuity in reasoning in the hope of deceiving someone. That's a lot of parsing in that particular definition. Sophism was what we're looking for. The pitch range of the highest female voice. Duplis says soprano is the right answer. Where you go, Duplis? There we go. 2 lines of 4 for 20 points. Greek author of fables. Aesop is correct. And turning B4 for another line of 3 for another 5. Sweet pulpy tropical fruit with thick scaly rind and shiny black seeds. Soursop? Nope, it's a sweet sop. A sweet sop. Any of various small terrestrial or aquatic crustaceans with 7 pairs of legs adapted for crawling. That is an isopod, and that is the end of the game. David did get the answer in, but unfortunately just out of time. And that is the end of the game. So, Amy, it's not a 0, but it is 5 points in 3rd place. David with a very good score of 140, but Duplis taking the win off of that amazing Star game and then a great Sphere game afterwards. Duplis wins with 170 points. Very well played, Duplis. Come back in the century, absolutely. So, based off of that, what's people's thoughts so far on how it feels? Does he win Turner Dukes? At the moment, I have no Dukes implementation because it's a prototype. I want to make certain it all works first. Great, it's great. I love this. It's a good, so fun. It's a nice pace, isn't it? It's sort of once people get into the pattern of how the game works, it can go really quickly, and we just keep turning about games. Maybe 3 seconds before passing to the next one. What do you mean, David? Oh, is in 3 seconds between a wrong answer and getting to the next question? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're positing there? Dare I say the turnabout time is fantastic. Dictionary be dictionary, unfortunately, Ben. In fact, this is the second API I've used because the first one I used was terrible. It was coming up with really hideous words. Yeah, just need another beat before the computer auto passes you. So after 3 seconds before passing to the next. I'm trying to think where exactly. So is that after all of the wrong answers have been given, or no one's given an answer? Leaves 2 seconds or whatever. Currently, I think it's 2 seconds before it goes to the next word. Or is it between buzzes? Because I do have the defer buzzer system in, like Turnabout does. So if 2 people buzz at nearly the same time, obviously the first person to buzz gets control first, but if they get it wrong, it then passes control to the second person that buzzed in immediately at that time. I'm just trying to figure out exactly which bit I need to put in an extra time delay in. Because I have different positions where time delays occur. So just want to know exactly what point you say, and I could definitely put that in. A numerical reference to the Star game. Numerical in what regard for the Star game? As in how many questions we've seen? I'm not entirely certain by that. I was wondering how that worked. Yeah, that's just how the show worked, is that it had a deferral buzz system. So once multiple people have buzzed, well, once one person has buzzed, they then go through the answer. If someone else has buzzed in that time, it then moves on to that person that has buzzed afterwards. Feels like if someone had already buzzed, I don't have long to get my own answer in before it says the right answer was. So it is the delay between answers. Okay, delay between answers. That's fair enough. I could definitely put an extra delay in that. Yeah, okay, I could put a delay in there. That's no problem. For instance, A or 1 could correspond to one, possible B or 2 to another. Okay, just to expedite typing for the Star game. Okay. I can maybe put that in. I don't know about now, but certainly later I certainly could put in a grid system for Star game, but could knock down the timer. Possibly, Clyde. It is a balancing act here. Plus also, there's other reasons why I might be changing the times anyway, because of other tests that I'm going to be doing in a moment. Anyway, so I'm going to put in an extra delay in the Sphere game. So the extra delay I need to put in is where the wrong answer is. So the wrong answer phase is here. We just put in an extra bit of time. Let's make it an extra 2 seconds. So it was already doing half a second between an answer, but now we're going to do an extra 2 seconds on top of that. And we'll make it 3 seconds after no one got in time rather than 2 seconds, an extra second there as well. So that's some extra times there added in. The other thing was to exclude the hyphenated words, wasn't it? So let me quickly find that in my API stuff. So that's the DataMuse API. I need to do this. Contains and X word not contain hyphen. There we go. So now we have an exclusion for any hyphens in words as well. Good. That's that done. The dark green was hard to read. Dark green Star game, could the words be just label 116? Yeah, certainly put a label on each of them. Actually like the dark green. Oh, that green. Sorry, yeah, for the bot. Yeah, okay. That I I kind of liked it to have a difference so that it's obvious that you're looking at that rather than everything else in chat. But obviously, it's going to look different for different. I suppose I can change the color of the bot's account, which then will change the color of the me. That'll certainly do that. Maybe make the green chat text just a touch lighter, so I can maybe change it to use the. I don't know which green is it using. Is the bot using? I can't remember. Which green is it using? Let me see if I can change it. Let me see if I can quickly change the quiz bot color.
But
go away, you. Log in with the account. I then need to get me an authentication code. 6-digit code which was sent to. Hello? Where are we? Do I have it on here? Oh, that's on the other account though. I got. Oh, dang it. Okay, I'm gonna open up Outlook now. Gotta open up. Bear with me, everyone. We will get back to this in a moment. And we'll be playing some slightly different versions of the game Turnabout as well. Because I can do that. That's a 6. There we go. Twitch verification code. There we go. Go to...
You do you, man.
Yeah, thanks. Go to this channel and configure my chat options. Okay, got it. Chat options, chat settings. Oh, where's the color gone again? Where's the color settings again on this account? Settings, maybe. Anyone remember where it is on Twitch to change the color in your chat? Oh, there, I found it. I found it. No, sorry, that's the accent color, not the right. That's not the chat color. Can just use. Oh, of course you can. Of course you can. You're right. So it's now. I'm now green. That's cool. So that's the same color. So we can go with yellow green. Let's try that. Is that okay? Is that a better color? Is that reasonable? Still visible in light mode and good for dark mode. Cool. We'll go with that then as our new Quizbot color. Just slightly different green. Okie dokie. I'm going to leave the Star Game stuff as it is for now because I have other things I want to test for Turnabout. We'll get to hear the music again because why not? So we have that, and that. Cool. There we go. Thank you for the 71 viewers, by the way. Very greatly appreciated all these people tuning in. And I'm going to change the game because why not? The reason I was abstaining from mentioning about there being a side game because I could make it team Turnabout. I could just put loads of people on different teams. We could just have 3 teams and have lots of people on each team. Let's turn about the game and make it team Turnabout. Simple, isn't it? Just do this. Turn the max player count to 0 on a team, which means we could just allocate anyone to a team. Team Turnabout. Just like that. If you'd like to be on a team in Team Turnabout, GXTY. You've seen how the game works. Now you all get to play. Oh, wow. Buzzing.wav. Or turnabout.wav. Clearly, Twitch is having a moment. The text is probably going to go by really fast, which is why the colour wants to be there. Because otherwise, if the colour wasn't there, then you wouldn't be able to see the special message. Are we all good? Are we all caught up? I think we're all caught up now. There we go. You're just having a moment because so many people connected at the same time. But we should be okay now. Turnabout.wav, yep. So you've seen how the game works. Bearing in mind, whoever answers first for your team will do a buzz-in for the sphere game. So answer correctly. Don't just spam an answer and hope it sticks, because you're buzzing for your team by doing that. Also, once someone has given the right answer, then I think theoretically anyone on your team can nominate a sphere to turn. So you may want to, consider working as a team in your teams. Hello there, Quizzy Dan. Welcome to this. We're about to play some team turnabouts. If you didn't hear correctly, this is going to be absolute chaos. I don't know how this is going to go, but we'll see how well it goes. Quizzy Dan's already got a blue ball icon. Well, will Quizzy Dan be on the blue team? We will find out in a moment. Disaster about maybe. How big are the teams going to be? We're just going to populate them with everyone that's in the lobby. So it's the number of people in the lobby divided by 3, roughly speaking. Anarchy, chaos, moral disintegration. Absolutely. I mean, I could control the number of people in a team in this system, but I'm just going to go with everyone gets to play. You can either do it in public chat, Quizdan, or you can do it in Whisper. Either will work. I absolutely adore chaos, Clive. I absolutely adore chaos. Everyone gets a team. Everyone gets to play. So whoever answers first for your team gets to buzz in for your team. So you need to be answering correctly at all costs. I mean, it's entirely up to you, Proves, if you want to do it in Whispers or not. Like I say, it's chaos. I'm going to say that's because it's also kind of why I wanted the definition messages to be in a different colour, so that they're more discernible in a block of text that's mostly white. So, I think if we're all ready, the background music has said turnabouts far too often, so let's pick our teams. There you all are. And Dan did get associated to the blue team. So, I technically could play as well, Stormvision, because I don't know what the questions are when they come up. So, there you all are. Those are all the teams. Go and vive la France, or whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do with your team. There you are in red, green and blue. Red and green are sus, says Keshi. Did every animal get on the red team? Lugaroo did. Ramsey Fox did. 8 Minky did. Arden Fetz, I guess you can class as an animal, is, yes. Deduceman is Sonic, yes. Dogfish, though, unfortunately not. Dogfish is an animal, Dogfish, but unfortunately on the green team there. So, nearly all of them. Also, that was a notification, but I think that was for YouTube subscription. So if you're on my YouTube channel and you just subscribed, thank you. I just missed it. So for already, let's go to the first sphere game. So you'll see there, you're just now known as Team Red, Team Green, and Team Blue. There's not much else I could do about that other than that. Maybe in future you can specify a team name for your team, but for now you're just known as Team Red, Team Green, and Team Blue. This is the first sphere game, and the first letters we'll be playing with is M-I-N, so you'll see M-I-N will appear in every single word in that order, somewhere in the middle of it. You're going to see a definition in chat and also on screen. You just need to give me what you think is the right answer. Do remember we need to turn the grey spheres first before we can turn anything else. And if you are all ready, you can do either, Sheldon, you can either whisper or go into public chat. Either or will work, but the definition messages from Quizbot will appear in a slightly different colour, so you can at least pick those out from the rest of the spam. Good luck, and let's turn about the timer, please. Oh, it's theory game even, sorry. That which is responsible for one's thoughts and feelings. Green says mind is the right answer, yes. So, Team Green, where do you want to turn? We're going with A1. Close in time, about to occur. Team Green says imminent is the right answer. Well done, Dogfish, getting there. And we have nominated D1. Fix conclusively or authoritatively. Team Green says determine is the right answer. Team Green, where do you want to go? Go with A4. Presaging ill fortune. Team Blue went with oh my. No. Anyone want to get it? Team Red. Ominous. Yes, ominous is the right answer. Well done, Ramsey. Only one left to turn, though. So Team Red, you're going to turn D4. Now all the other spheres are in play. Having a quality that thrusts itself into attention. Team Green. Prominent is the right answer. Well done, Inisk. Going to turn D4. No points for that one, though. A short note. Team Green. Minute is indeed a minute. We're going to turn A2, and that is for 15 points. A habitual or characteristic mental attitude that determines how you interpret. Going with mindful. No. Anyone else want a buzz? Team Red goes with mindset. Yes. And you want to go? Where do you want to go, Team Red? Where do you want to turn? Go with C2, getting a line of 4 for 10. Of imposing height, especially standing out above others. Clive for Team Blue going with imposing. No. Anyone a buzz? Green. Eminent is the right answer. Well done, Inisk. Where do you want to turn? Go with D2, another line of 4 for another 10. Explosive device that explodes on contact. Team Blue going with minim. No. Designed to destroy vehicles. Team Red going with a mine. Yes is the right answer. Well done, Ramsey. Team Red, where do you want to go? Don't think there's any scoring moves here, but you're going to have to set up. Where do you want to go? Going to go with B2. Pertaining to or containing or consisting of semen. Team Green going with seminal. Yes is the right answer. Well done, Inisk. Thanks, dictionary. Team Green, where do you want to turn? Again, no scoring moves for you, though. I'm going to take back B2. It's insignificantly small, a matter of form only. Tokenish is informal. Team Blue went with minimum. No. Anyone else want to buzz? Team Green, nominal. Yes is the right answer. Well done, Lingo. Team Green going for C2, getting a line of 4 for 10. Destroy property or hinder normal operations. Team Red went with undermine. Is the right answer. Well done there, Duplis. Turning C2 gets another line of 4 for another 10. A young person of either sex. Team Green says minor is the right answer. Where do you want to go, Team Green? Going with C1, getting a line of 3, 4, 5. And that is the end of the round. We were about to go to that word, but we don't care. The answer was minion. So, that's the end of the first half of this round. Team Blue yet to get off the mark, but they were trying to get some scoring opportunities. Team Red on 20. Team Green currently in the lead on 40. And now we're going to turn about that phrase. Turning about M-I-N to become N-I-M. So all the phrases, all the words in this round now will be N-I-M in them. So let's turn about the clock again. A feeling of ill will arousing active hostility. Team Green, animal. No. Anyone else want a buzz? Team Blue, animus is what we're looking for. Yes, well done, Kashi. And we're turning D4 for some reason. A living organism characterised by voluntary movement, Team Blue. Going, yes! No, that's not what you want to do. Definitely not what you want to do. Team Green, animal, is the right answer. Careful, Dan. Be careful what you type. B1 for a line of 4 for another 10. Not friendly. Yeah, be careful what you type and when. Team Red went with animosity. No. Anyone else? Team Blue went with eminous. No. Anyone else? Team Green, animosity. No. We were looking for inimical. Inimical. Mentally quick. Team Green says nimble. Yes, is the right answer. Turning C2 for 15 points there. A feeling of ill will arousing active hostility, animosity. There we go. There it is. Innis getting it right for the Team Green. Go for D4. Another line of 4 for another 10. A dark grey cloud bearing rain. Nimbus from Team Red is right. Where do you want to go, Team Red? You can score. Yes, there we go for another 5 points. Any of various resins or oleoresins. Team Red going with Animo. Nope, not what we're looking for. Anyone else? Team Green, anime. Apparently so, yes. Turning C2, getting another 15 on the board. Act together as a single, undiversified whole. Team Green says what? And that's not an answer. Team Red going unanimous. Yes, unanimous is what they're looking for. Turning C2 back again for another 5. Team Green going with unanimous. You need to watch out in chat. Anyone else want to answer? Team Blue, unanimity. No, again, watch out in chat. Team Red? Nope, minimum is what we're looking for there. Next one. Jungian psychology, the inner self that is in touch with the unconscious. Anima. Yes. Team Green, you have control. Going with C2. Another 15. Giving you life or energy to. Team Red went with animate. Yes. Team Red, you have control. Where do you want to go? Back with C2 again for another 5. The least possible. Team Blue. No, animate. You're too late. Be careful. Anyone else want to buzz? The least possible. Minimal. Yes. Team Green, you have control. Where are you going? C2. Another 15. The doctrine that all natural objects of the universe... No, and we're out of time. The control for C2 at the end of that game. The control for C2 was amazing. So, at the end of that round, Team Blue, unfortunately, yet to get off the mark. Team Red with 35 points, and Team Green in a quite commanding lead now on 120 at the end of that first sphere game. But now we're going to be going into the star game, and we're going in reverse score order. So, Team Blue, let's step up. One person from Team Blue, you get to nominate EAC, ACE, or CEA. Which board would you like to play, Team Blue? Whoever picks it, picks first. Someone on your team has picked ACE as the phrase that we're going to be playing. So, all of the words you're going to be seeing on the star board in a moment they all contain ACE in them. You'll get to see the 16 answers for about 10 seconds before we turn about the timer and we start getting answers. So, like I said before, there are no restrictions on giving the wrong answer. You could possibly game that in the star game, but I have possibly under the way around that. But that's yes, those are words. So, you've all seen how the star game works. Let's now play it. Everyone, good luck. Shut up, Bruce. Here are the 16 answers on the board, Team Blue. A little bit of time to think about it. And then we're going to turn about the timer. And we'll start the round. English naturalist who formulated a concept of evolution that resembled Charles Darwin's. Wallace is right. An abstract mental location. Abstract mental location. Anyone going to get it? Place, yes. The act of confronting bravely. Yes, faces, yes. A dated Briticism. A serious difficulty with which one is suddenly faced. Anyone want to get it? Out of time, it was facer. An enclosed chamber in which heat is produced. Yes, the furnace is right. A close, affectionate and protective acceptance. Embrace, yes. Large aquatic carnivorous mammal with fin-like forelimbs. No cetacean is right. A smooth surface, as of a bone or cut gemstone. Facets, yes. Italian fashion designer. Versace, yes. Surpassing speed. Outpace, yes. A salt or ester of acetic acid. Acetate, yes. A disposition to kindness and compassion. Benign goodwill. Yes, Graces is right. With no effort, yes. Inclined or disposed to peace. Peaceable, yes. A structural member, yes. Anglo-Saxon missionary, yes. And that is time. So you managed to get 15 from the star grid there. You did manage to... You timed out on one, so that's why you could only get up to a maximum of 15 there. But very well played, Team Blue. Possibly gaming it because they have realised there's something. I have possibly a fix for that, which we can test in another game. But for now, we've just sort of left it wide open, just to see how it plays out. So very well played, Team Blue. You're now up to 75 points. We now go over to Team Red that had 35 points going into this round. And someone has already picked on their behalf, going with EAC. Interesting set of selections. It's not... Well, it's not my creation. It is a show that used to exist, Catnip. But it's quite a fun show, I would say. It is quite a fun show. So EAC for Team Red. So let's see your star grid. There are your 16 answers EAC containing in them. Hello, Whiskers. Team Red, if you're ready, let's turn about that timer, which hasn't reset. There we go. One of many families or subfamilies into which, yes, the act of physically reaching or thrusting out. Reacher, yes. Act against or in opposition to. React, yes. Having received specific instruction. Teachers, yes. A period of time during which there is no war. Peacetime, yes. The process of leeching. Leech, yes. Opposition to the flow of electric current resulting from inductance and capacitance. Reactance, yes. An act of deliberate betrayal. Treachery, yes. Downy juicy fruit with sweet yellowish or whitish flesh. Yes. Someone whose occupation is preaching the gospel. Bleachers, yes. A woman deacon, yes. A worker who bleaches. Bleacher, yes. To or from every one or two or more. Each, yes. A tower with a light that gives warning of shoals to passing ships. Beaconed, yes. A treaty to cease hostility to peace, yes. A tower with a light that gives warning of shoals to passing ships. It is a beacon. And that is a full sphere grid. I've just remembered there should be an animation there that I have not done yet. There should be an animation at the end of a completed sphere star grid. But very well played, Team Red. And now up to 115 points. This is, yes, kind of Catnip, because I'm just using a dictionary API to try and fit the game. You'll have to go back earlier in my stream when I explain why it does that. I'm not going to repeat myself now because it's too many words. But yeah, it's based on the dictionary APIs. It's just picking words from a list rather than them being designed ahead of time. But well played, Team Red, a full star board there on 115. So now go to Team Green on 120, and you have been left with the CEA board. So let's have a look at your star board with CEA in all of the 16 words. God, those are some difficult words. Good luck with the spelling. We'll turn about the timer. A large body of water constituting oceans, yes, of or related to or resembling a calyx. Calycele, yes. Small class of free-swimming tunicates, sometimes classified as an order. Good luck. Yes, Thalassia, yes. Widely distributed family of mostly tropical trees and shrubs and herbs. Includes coffee and cinchona and gardenia and madder and bedstraws and partridge berry. Wow. No, inclined on decided species, yes. Chiefly monoecious trees and shrubs, beeches, chestnuts, oaks, genera, castanea. Yes, herbs and shrubs and some trees, mallows, cotton, okra. This is absolute chaos, this is. Anyone want to get this one? Is it that one now? No, it was Malvaceae. Oh my god, that's a long definition. Succulent herbs or small shrubs from South Africa, but also New Zealand and North America. Yes, possible to recognise. Yes, placeable, yes. A skilled worker who can live in underwater installations and participate in scientific research. An ocean, yes, a roasted dicot family of the order Umbellus, including concealed or hidden on any grounds for any motive. Is it concealed? It is concealed. Plants having flowers in umbels. Yes. A short literary or musical composition. It is that. Hold back. God, some of those words were hideous. Suddenly we appreciate human question writers a lot more. Yes. This is this is written by a computer for a computer. Oh my god, that was amazing. So amazing. Exclamation science. Oh no, he loves the botanical words in Countdown. He absolutely loves them. But very well played, Team Green. I mean, it's quite notable that you're Team Green with all the botanical terms there. You end with 185, so you're still in the lead. But maybe anything can happen in the final sphere game. So let's move to the sphere game now. So we've reset the sphere grid. Team Blue on 75, Team Red 115, Team Green 185. And in this first half, all the words will contain the letters D-E-L, as in Del Taco, yes. So, again, we need to turn the grey spheres first, and then everything is open after that. So, we'd like to turn about the timer, please. There we go. Good luck. Here we go. The act of representing something, usually on a smaller scale. Team Green went with model. Yes. Where do you want to go? Go with D4. Carry out or perform. Carry out or perform. Team Green, deliver. Yes. Where do you want to go? Go with A4. Describe in vivid detail. Describe in vivid detail. Team Red. No, not that. Team Green. Delineate. That's how you spell it. Yes. Team Green. Go with A1. One more grey sphere to turn. The fourth letter is Delta. Yes. And where are you going? Going with Delta 1. Okay, all the spheres are now open. A person appointed to or elected to represent others. A delegate? Yes. Team Green still in control. Go with A2 for 15 points. The act of delaying. Team Red, go with delay. Yes, it is delay, surprisingly. Going with the control for C2 for 10 points there. The act of delivering a child, Team Green, went with deliver. No, it's not deliver. Team Red, delivery. Yes, that's the word we're looking for, delivery. Team Red, where do you want to go? This is unprecedented for you. You're going somewhere other than C2. You go for B2 for another 5 points. A feeling of extreme pleasure or satisfaction. Team Green, delight is correct. Going with D2 for a line of 4 for 10. Accuracy with which an electronic system reproduces the sound or image of its input signal. Fidelity, yes. Very well played, Team Green. Where do you want to go? Going with the control for C2. No extra points for that. The act of deluding. Team Blue. Delirious. No, not what we're looking for. Team Red. Delusion. Yes, delusion is what we're looking for. And taking back control of C2 for another 10. The rising of a body of water and it's overflowing onto Team Blue. Delta. No, it's not a delta. Not enough letters. No, too many letters. Deluge. Yes, it is a deluge. Going to Delta 2, D2 for another 5 points. Turn up, loosen, or remove Earth. Team Blue, delve. It is delve. Where are you going, Team Blue? Surprisingly, B2 for another 10. Variety of sweet eating apples. Team Green, delicious. It is. Golden delicious. Taking back control of D2 for another 10. Of an instrument or device capable of registering minute differences or changes precisely. Team Blue. Delicate, yes. Or delicate. Where do you want to go, Team Blue? No scoring opportunities, just setups. Go for Alpha 1. Cannot be removed, washed away, or erased. Team Green, indelible is correct. We have run out of time, but you still have to make a selection there, making it a 1 for line of 4 for another 10 points. At the end of that first half of this sphere grid, well, we've got a nice pattern. We have a line of green, a line of blue, a line of red, and a line of green, which means the next move anyone makes is not going to be a scoring move. It has to be a setup move. But this is kind of how it works, I guess, for this game. So, Team Blue on 85, Team Red on 145, Team Green, very strong lead on 230. But now we're going to turn about the phrase. DEL becomes LED. For the final time, let's turn about the clock. Or the timer. The psychological result of perception and learning and reasoning. Team Red went with knowledge. Yes. As I say, there's no scoring opportunities yet, but you have to set up somewhere. Where do you want to go? Going with B1. A drink in honour of or to the health of a person or event. Team Green going with pledge. Yes. Again, no scoring opportunities for you. Taking back B1. Of events no longer planned or scheduled. That's 2020, isn't it? Cancelled is correct. Now you can score from here. Go with C1 for a line of 4 for 10. Appeal or request earnestly. Team Green went with pled. Yes. There we go for a line of 3 for another 5. Give it a title or identifying name. Team Blue went with titled. No, not the right number of letters there. Team Green, entitled. That's correct. Yes. Team Green, go with B2 for another 15 points. A notation cancelling a previous sharp or flat. Team Red went with naturaled. No. Wrong set of letters again. Team Blue went with natural. No. Doesn't end correctly. Anyone? Team Green? Neutral. No, not quite. We were looking for cancelled. Cancelled. A record in... Oh. Is the wrong answer, Team Green? Team Red? Ledger is correct, yes. Take control C2 for another 5. Force or compel somebody to do something. Team Green, impelled. No. Team Blue, impelled. No. Team Red? Compelled. There it is. Compelled is what we're looking for. Taking control of C1 for another 10 points. A projecting ridge on a mountain or submerged underwater ledge is correct. Red, where are you going? Again, no scoring opportunities, but you can set up. Go for B2. Young bird that has just fledged or become capable of flying. Fledgling, yes. Team Green, where do you want to go? Go for B2. No scoring there. Confused and vague. Blue, no, too late. Be careful what you see in chat. Team Green, misled. No, it's not misled, actually. Team Red, misled. No, it isn't. All getting it wrong. It's addled. Addle's what we're looking for. There's another one. Struck with fear, dread, or consternation. Team Red, startled. It isn't. Team Green, it's not startled. No. Team Blue, befuddled. No, no one got that one. The last one there was appalled, actually. And we are out of time at the end of that game then. Team Blue in third place with 85. Team Red in second place on 160. And look at that lead. Team Green with a 100-point lead at the end there, ending on 260 points. They control C2. Well, Team Red controls C2, so that's sort of like the moral victory is control for C2. That was a bit of a nail-biter, maybe. So, what was that like then in comparison to a 1v1v1? What was that like? Obviously, chaotic is what people say a lot of, but was it good? That was so chaotic but so fun. Sensory overload, pure chaos, hard to have an influence. So, I have another possible thing for that, David, coming up. I think I prefer the regular, but wouldn't mind coming back to this one occasionally. All right. Maybe a good idea to have 3 or 4 per team. Well, that's the thing, is that I can specify how big a team can be, so I can control that definitely. So you can have different games that are different sized teams, basically. Don't know the proper rules, but kind of want in. Well, we're going to play again in a moment, Catnip. No worries. A team of 3 could work. Now, I do have other buzzer systems implemented for both the Sphere game and Star game. Just as a sort of, again, a sort of test idea. 7 colours. No, I'm not going to do 7 colours. That's just a bit ridiculous. So the ideas I have for the buzzers that work specifically for team-based games is, one option is whoever answered correctly last, they're not allowed to answer on the next one, so it stops them from basically running away with the game. And the other option I have is more for mass team games like this, is a certain percentage of your team has to give some unanimous answer, and then, or some sort of common answer, and once that threshold has been hit, they then buzz in. So multiple people get to answer on the question to control the game, as it were, and once a certain threshold has been hit for your team, so let's say 20%, 30%, whatever the percentage is, I don't know where that's going to be yet, but as soon as a certain percentage of your team has answered the same way, it then buzzes in for your team. Do you think that's worth a try? So I have it implemented, I think, although I've only tested it myself, so I don't know if it actually works on the mass game. You recommend 33%, do you, Dan? Okay, well, I can certainly set it at 33%, and we'll see how it goes. Anything to mitigate the 2 out of 3 fastest players from it? Yeah, that's the thing, Ape, is that I felt like with the single buzz system as it currently is, it allows those that really excel in the game to just run away with the game, which is no fun in a team game if you're supposed to be trying to play as a team, as it were. So we can certainly give it a go and see how it goes. It doesn't have to be in Whisper Applecast. You can do it in public chat, but most people seemingly answering in whispers so that it didn't get in the way of all the other things. And the other thing I have for Stargame, because it doesn't have the overwhelming majority to give an answer for Stargame yet, but I do have it that it allows the team a certain number of guesses on a word before it then auto passes to say you gave a wrong answer. So technically I could have set that earlier for the 1v1v1 game, and if you gave me a wrong answer it would just pass on to the next word. But I can have a certain number of guesses that the team can make before it will then pass on if no one gets it. So that stops you from gaming the grid, certainly early on anyway, from just guessing all the answers at once. So there's another number there to play with, again, depending on the number in each team. So we'll play around with things and see how it goes. And also I can change the times per round and that. But I think the Sphere game, actually, the time is perfect for the game, for the Twitch game. So, I mean, it might change with the different buzzer system, though, because you have to wait until enough people on your team buzz in with the same answer. So we'll see how it goes. Like I say, this is all just a bit of a prototype stream just to see how well it goes. We will see in a moment, Proves, when we get into the lobby to see how many there will be per team. So let's go to sequencing and open up the lobby. See if you'd like to play the game. EUKN this time round. So, let me switch Sphere Game to Multi-Buzz. So, all you need to worry about, Catnip, is that in this game, there's common 3-letter phrases. So, in the Sphere game, it will say all of the words in this round will contain the letters ABC. And those 3 letters will appear right next to each other somewhere in each of the words you'll see. And you just need to type the answer you think is what's being described by the definition. That's basically how the game works. And then for the Star game, you'll see 16 answers on the board. And again, they'll all have a common ABC thing. Although that's not really as big a deal because you see all the 16 answers ahead of time. And you'll see a definition, you just need to type the word you think matches the definition. So this is now so we're going to add in the 33% agreement rule. Yep. So we've currently got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We've got 12 people per team at the moment. With Giggles going to get allocated to one as an extra. So we have 12 people per team. So if we're doing a 33% rule, that means 4 of you have to answer the same way to buzz in for your team. And they have to be in agreement on the same answer. You can do it either public chat or whispers, Catnip. Either will work. Do not put me on pizza is also joined. Now, with the message that comes up on the team has buzzed, it will say who has buzzed, but in that regard, it only says who was the last one to sort of push it over the line, let's say. So it doesn't mention the names of the people that did buzz in with the same answer yet. That's something I'll have to add in. But it will say a name of one person that did buzz in with that answer, but it won't mention the others yet. That's just a bit of the feature I need to add in. I was more interested in seeing if this thing will actually work properly rather than formatting it nicely yet. Submitting the word is buzzing in, Catnip, yes. Yeah, there's no buzz then answer like there is in some games. This one is you submit the answer and that is assumed as you buzzing. Yeah, only your first answer given will be accepted by the system. So if you say something and then say something else afterwards, the second one will get ignored completely. And I hope it works. There isn't any visual on screen for seeing how many people are buzzed in. Now, that's something I could add in at some point in the future, where it's, you know, you have a bar fill up on your team to see how many answers common have been given, so you can see how far away you are from a buzz. But at the moment, again, haven't implemented that because I want to see if this works in a logical sense before going further with it. No, each team now has one extra there, so it's now 13 a team. That does mean now you have to have 5 people buzz to get over the 33% mark. We're going to let everyone play. We are going to let everyone play again. Let me just make certain we do that. Put the max player count down to 0. So Sphere Game is on multi-buzz, and Star Game we're going to say with 13 people a team, we're allowed 5. Let's put it at 5 for the Star Game. So you have a maximum of 5 guesses at any given time for that. We're not in December yet, Rubik's. We're not in December yet, so no, it's not. But that will be coming up soon. Right, let's get this game underway then. Let's pick your teams. Again, David and Dan on the same blue team. So there are your team allocations. Good luck to your reds, greens, and blues. Proogs has gone red. Deuce is red again. Topper says, yay, green team, back with the greens. NASA's gone green. Epic Toast says, yay. Setchery going green. So, another advantage of this system, the multi-buzz system, is people that message after the previous word comes up. Now their answer won't be as much of an influence because it'll just be hopefully a single answer in a myriad of other answers which will then overwhelm it. So hopefully it will prevent those from happening as well. But we'll see how it goes. If we're all ready then, I haven't even seen what rounds it's generated. Oh, okay, that's going to be a fun first Sphere Game. Second Sphere Game, interesting. And the Star... Whoa, that's going to be an interesting Star Game. I can see the letter combinations, and that's the only thing I can see. I can't see the actual words it's picked, but I can see the letter combinations it's managed to find. So yeah, the first Sphere Game is going to be interesting. Second Sphere Game's all right, and the Star Game, that's going to be an interesting set of letters to work with. We'll find out how it goes. In Sphere Game, we need to claim some things to form lines. Yes. So if your team buzzes in correctly with the correct answer, Catnip, then anyone on the team can then choose where on the sphere grid to take a sphere and turn it your colour. Grey spheres have to be captured first. So there are grey spheres in the corners. If we just actually have a look now. So the grey spheres in the corners have to be captured first before anything else can happen. And then once that has happened, then you can turn any sphere your colour. Lines of 3 get 5 points. Lines of 4 get 4 points. And you can get lines of 3, 5 points. Lines of 4, 10 points. Let's say that correctly. And you can get multiple captures in one capture as well. To get multiple lines in one. So, All the words in the first half of this round will contain the letters D-O-M in that order. So, Dom. Green is currently owning C2, but we'll see how the battle for C2 goes as we play on in turnabout. So, if we're all ready, Team Red, Team Green, Team Blue, good luck. Threshold is, I believe, 33%. I hope it works. I do hope it works. I didn't properly test it. I hope it works. And if we're ready, let's turn about the timer. A knowledge domain that you are interested in or are communicating about. So this is the thing, is you're not going to get any information until enough of your team answer the same way. He says. No one got it. Oh, that's worrying. The trait of utilising knowledge and experience with common sense and insight. There's enough people saying wisdom. It should be doing it. Okay, it's not working. I'm going to have to debug this then. Yeah, I may have to debug this. But continue to answer, and I'll put in a breakpoint every now and then to see what's going on. Because it should be calculating it. Let me have a look at the buzzers class. It was something I very quickly added. So we've hit a breakpoint there. Let me just do this. Let it run through. So it should be hitting down here somewhere. Let's see. Will it actually continue on? So that was random. Let's just see how it goes. Someone give me an answer? Yeah. Okay. So there is a required team representation. So this comes down to here. Sorry about this, everyone. I'm just debugging a bit here, so trying to figure out what's going on. So this, it doesn't know what this is. So that's worrying. Whoa, where are we? Oh, we've gone into max buy, which is interesting. So best representation, domestic with a value of 1. Count over team players count. I've done a floating multiply, so it allows it to do that. Huh. Best representation dot value. I'm just having a look to see what's going on here. There should be another answer that comes through then. Oh, but it's not coming through here. Oh. What? Okay. That's worrying. It's not coming through there either. What? No, I'm using normalized values. 0.33 means 33%. You can't even see the word now. So buzzed teams. So this team that's buzzed in is Team Red. Okay. Then we've got Team Blue. Then we've got Team Green. Oh, hang on. I think I know what the problem is. No, I found the problem. I have a restriction up ahead that says if the team's already buzzed, then ignore them. I can't do that in this case, can I? So I need to have it allow multiple buzzes. Is it free buzz that allows me to do that? Yes, so I need to switch on free buzz. Okay, that's my bad. So let me go to the sphere game sequence, and I just need to switch on free buzz. Then that becomes rules is equal to multi-buzz. There we go. That should fix that now. That should fix that problem. Yeah, it was just that was the first thing I implemented, was to lock out multiple answers from the same team. But clearly I forgot that needs to be turned off for multi-buzz. So hopefully now it should work. Hopefully everything should be a bit more freely running, and we won't get to see what MOD was, and we'll see the other ones. Oh, this is alright though. Okay. Thanks for your patience. EVZE if you like to play. And we'll get going very shortly. Hopefully now with free buzz on, it should Make it work properly. Yeah. We'll see how it goes this time. Let me configure the lobby to allow as many as we want. Sphere game, multi-buzz 0.33. Star game, maximum 5 guesses. Okay, sorry about your team allocations from last time. They won't be the same this time. Well, they might be similar. Depends on how the RNG works. But I think we have everyone we had last time. So let's allocate the teams once again. There we go. Will that allow the team to get to 33% threshold with 2 different answers? Technically speaking, yes, but whichever one goes first will succeed with an answer. So as soon as one of them meets the threshold, then that's it. So now you have the new allocations. I don't know what teams you are now, where you are. So Dan's gone red. Dan's gone to the red side of the game, apparently. And yeah, I think we're all ready to play. So let's play some Turnabout. And the first half of this round, we have FUR. FUR as our 3 letters in the beginning here. Excuse me. Again, just as a reminder, we all need to turn the grey spheres first before we turn anything else. But hopefully, this time now, Sphere Game is on multi-buzz with 33% requirement. So hopefully it should all correctly work. Now, and if you're all ready, let's turn out the timer. And hope for the best. Promote the growth of. Promote the growth of. Yay! Team Green has gone with further. Is correct answer, yes. We need to turn one of the grey spheres first. Team Green, where do you want to go? We're going to turn A1. Furnishings that make a room or other area ready for occupancy. Ready for occupancy. Team Blue with furniture, yes. So, Blue, where do you want to go? Going with A4. A temporary leave of absence from military duty. Team Green went with Fleur, yes. Where do you want to go? Going with D4. Marked by quiet and caution and secrecy, taking pains to avoid being observed. Team Blue went with furtive. Is the right answer, yes. And going with D1, so now all the spheres are open. An enclosed chamber in which heat is produced to heat buildings. Furnace is the right answer. Team Red. Oh, not going with the C2 gambit. A feeling of intense anger. Team Blue went with Fury. Is the right answer? Yes. Where do you want to go, Team Blue? Go with B2 for 10 points. Of the elements as if showing violent anger. Team Green. Furious is correct. Yes. Where do you want to go? Go with D1. No points for that, though. Split or divide into 2. Team Blue, bifurcate. Yes. Where do you want to go? Go with C2 for 10 points there. Provide or equip with furniture. Team Green with furnish is correct. Yes. Taking control of D2 for 10. A long, shallow trench in the ground, especially one made by a plough. Team Blue, furrow is correct, yes. And taking back D2 for another 10. Make brighter and prettier. Make brighter and prettier. Team Green, refurnish. No, not what we're looking for. Team Green again. Affluent. No. Oh, apparently we can rebuzz on the same team. Interesting. Team Green, refurbish. Yes. That's a bug. D2 goes to Green. Another 10. A sudden outburst. I don't know if it's a bug or if I can leave it like that, actually. I kind of like that. Team Red, Furore. Yes, Furore is right. Taking C2 for another 10, and that is the end of the first half. Very interesting that the team managed to buzz with 3 answers. That means we hit exactly a third on those. That's impressive. It's because you removed the ignore. I probably did, but because now you can submit multiple answers from each person. Yeah, that's why it is. Yeah, most people multiple answers from multiple people there now. That's because you don't have multiples. No, I have multiples. That's the point. But yeah, all of those answers, you are all over the line. So yeah. Anyway, that's something I need to consider later. I'm not too bothered by it. But currently, Team Red with 10, Team Green with 20, and Team Blue with 30. It's a nice simple scoring system there. So we're now going to turn about the phrase. FUR becomes RUF. All the words will contain RUF in this half of the sphere game. So let's turn about the timer. And we'll play. The act of taking a trick with a trump when unable to follow suit. Team Red with a ruff is correct. Ready, you want to go, Team Red? No scoring opportunities, so you'll be setting up, going with A1. Deep and harsh sounding as if from shouting or illness or emotion. Blue, gruff is correct, yes. Where do you want to go? Taking back control of A1. A high, tight collar. Team Green, ruffle is correct. Where do you want to go? Going with B3. Shabby and untidy. Shabby and untidy. Green, scruffy is correct, yes. Going with C3 for a line of 4 for 10. Creamy chocolate candy. Team Red, truffle is correct, yes. Where are you going? Back on C3 for another 10. The backside of the neck. Team Blue, very early with scruff, is correct. And they're going with C3 for 5. A cruel and brutal fellow. Team Green with ruffian is correct. And taking back control of C3 for another 10. Shaken into waves or undulations as by wind. Team Green, ruffled is correct. You do have scoring opportunities here. Go with C2 for a line of 3 for 5. Free from emotional agitation or nervous tension. Team Red with unruffled is correct, yes. No scoring opportunities, but taking back control of C3. Loose scales shed from the scalp. Team Green with dandruff is correct, yes. And they're going to take control of B2 for 5. In a gruff manner. Team Blue with gruffly is correct, yes. Take control of A3 for 10 points. Any plant of the genus Asperula. Good luck. Good luck. It's woodruff. You should have gone with Samus's hint there. Creamy chocolate candy. Team Green with truffles, the plural there. Watch the extra letter. Team Green going with A4 for a line of 4 for another 10 points, and that is time. So at the end of that sphere game, Team Red on 20 points, Team Blue on 45 points, and Team Green on 60 points. It does work a lot better, doesn't it, Clive? It also feels a bit more balanced as well. Now that we have, like, the scores actually feel kind of balanced. The sphere grid itself looks a bit balanced. So it's quite nice. It's quite nice. Obviously, it would be nice to have the visualization of how far along you are with your buzz. But that's a little extra thing I need to do. I also technically wanted to put in the 3D set with the pool and everything. But just wanted to get the 2D stuff working before going ambitious. Okay, so now we're going to be going into the star game, and what I will say is I do have a limiter now on the star game. So before, you could just guess however many times you wanted on each word as a team, and as Proogs pointed out, you could theoretically just have everyone allocated to a single answer or 2 answers, and they just give that out each time and it will just work. Not anymore, now that I have a limiter in. So with the limiter now, the team as a whole will only have as many answers to give before it will then count it as a wrong answer. In my case, I currently have it set at 5. So with teams of 13, it's sort of like if the team is nearly half wrong with their answers, then we pass it. So you have to be a bit more careful with your answering now. But at least it allows you to do a bit of a scatter of an answer. Just not as much as it was before, where you could just guess all of them and just stick it. So, We're going to go in reverse score order. We're going to start off with Team Red with 20 points. And let's go to the star game. So, Team Red, one of you can nominate which board to play. Someone has already done so. Prugs has nominated to play the TAN board, T-A-N. So all of the 16 answers in the board you'll see will have the letters T-A-N in them. We will show the 16 answers. You'll have about 10 seconds of thinking time, and then we'll turn about the timer, and then we'll be in play. So this is just for Team Red. And don't forget now, you only have at most 5 guesses on each word before you'll pass it as a wrong answer. It doesn't have any indication on screen to say that. Again, if this mode works, then I'll add the UI to do that. This is all automatic. This is from a dictionary system egg, the dictionary API I found. So it just magically does the things for me. Okay, Team Red, if you are ready for your TAN board, here are your 16 answers. So take a note of the 16 answers. We have some botanicals here. And Team Red, if you're ready, here we go. A ballroom dance of Latin American origin. Tango, yes. The property created by the space between 2 objects or points. No. A measuring instrument for measuring angles to a celestial body. Octant is correct. Feeling or expressing remorse for misdeeds. Repentance, yes. In a blatant manner. Blatantly, yes. A hard grey, lustrous, metallic element that is highly corrosion resistant. Yes. A measuring instrument for measuring the angular distance between... Yes. A sextant. Yes. A flowering shrub. Lantana, yes. A Tibetan religious painting on a fabric. On fabric. Tanka is correct. The recipient of an annuity. Yes. Standing posture. Yes. A Chinese puzzle consisting of a square divided... Yes. Of or related to plants or botany. Yes. Of great significance or value. Yes. A young woman making her debut into society. Yes. A large vessel for holding gases or liquids. Yes. So there was just one word there that you did answer too often on. So it failed on one of them. And we were left there with distance that you didn't get earlier. Using at the moment, yes, it is egg. I need to add in a sort of exclusion to previous answers to ignore them, but for now, I'm okay with it. People just need to pay attention to chat, basically. But very well played, Team Red. 15 out of 16 brings your total now up to 95 points. Very well played. We now go to Team Blue on 45 points, and someone has already chosen a board for you. Team Blue will be playing the Ant board, A-N-T, so all of the answers will have A-N-T in them. If you're ready, Team Blue, here is your star board. Oh, these are some good words. Some very good words, in fact. I don't think we have any sort of duplicate definitions either. So if you're ready, here we go. A small part or portion that remains after the main part no longer exists. Yes, secured by written agreement. Secured by... Yes. An agreement between God and his people in which God makes certain promises. Yes. Something a little different from others of the same type. Yes. A performance using gestures and body movements without words. Yes. Underpants worn by women. Yes. Having knowledge or understanding. Yes, an elaborate representation of scenes from history, etc. usually involves a parade. Yes, a loud bombastic declamation expressed with strength. Yes, produced or growing in extreme abundance. Yes, a speech sound that is not a vowel. A militant reformer. The 5th note of the diatonic scale. Yes, take the place or move into the position of. A person who comes to a country where, yes, and capable of being influenced or formed. It's a full grid. All 16 answers, very well played. I'm thinking in this particular version of the game, with so many people in the team, I might have to reduce the timer to make it at least a little bit harder. Because it seems to be getting some high hit rates at the moment. But hey-ho, Team Blue with 16 out of 16 brings your total up to 125 points. We now go over to Team Green, who have been left with the NTA board. NTA. Very interesting board to play with. Let's see all your 16 answers for NTA. Good luck, Team Green. Yeah, there's a couple of weird words up there. But again, we're not looking at any... Oh no, we do have a double definition. Be careful. The region around the South Pole, Antarctica and surrounding waters. Yes, primitive terrestrial mammal with few, if any, teeth of tropical Central America and South America. Anyone going to get this? No. Glyptic art consisting of a sunken... Yes. The act of entailing property. The creation of a fee tail from a fee simple. Yes. Trade names of an narcotic analgesic that can be inhaled and that acts on the central nervous system and may become addictive. Used as a veterinary anesthetic and with other drugs before, during and after surgery. Also used as a non-lethal gas. Yes. A circular horizontal platform that rotates a phonograph record while it is being played. Yes. The opening through which fluid is admitted to a tube or container. Yes. Entrap. Yes. Twisted together in a tangled mass. Yes. Involving the mind or an intellectual process. Yes. A person who seeks the advice of a lawyer. Yes. A wicked king and son of Zeus condemned in Hades to stand in water that receded. Yes. A browning of the skin resulting from exposure to the rays of the sun. Yes. Starchy banana-like fruit eaten as a staple. Yes. The smallest discrete quantity of some physical property that a system can possess. Yes. A state in northwestern United States of the Canadian border. Yes. So there's only one that you did fail on. That was edentate or edentate. But those are some very difficult words. But you did manage to find the definition, find the matches to the definitions. You got yourself 15 out of 16. Brings your total, Team Green, up to 100. And that long definition was indeed ridiculous, Masters. It really was. Okay. So now let's go to the final sphere game. So as it currently stands, Team Red on 95, Team Blue 125, Team Green 135, all to play for in this final game. Again, turn the grey spheres first before anything else, and all of the words in this first half of the round will contain the letters I, C, E in that order. So ice somewhere in all of these words in this first half of the round. So for the penultimate time in this game, let's turn about the timer. The performance of duties by a waiter or servant. Team Blue with service. Yes. Where you want to go? Going with A1. A customary way of operation or behaviour. Team Green with practice. Yes. Where do you want to go? Going with A4. A religious rite or service prescribed by ecclesiastical authorities. Watch the letter count. No, it's office is what we're looking for. A partiality that prevents objective consideration of an issue or situation. Or partiality, sorry. Team Blue with prejudice is correct, yes. Need to turn a grey first, going with D1. A proposal for an appropriate course of action. Team Green with advice is correct. Have to turn that D4 as the only grey left. There we go. Now all the other spheres are in play. Any clever manoeuvre? Deceptive. Any clever deceptive manoeuvre? What's the letter count? It's a device, is what we're looking for. The administration of law, the act of determining rights and assigning rewards or punishments. Team Blue with justice is correct. Where are you going? Going with B2 for 10 points. You're now tied the lead. The act of noticing or paying attention. Team Blue with notice. It is correct. Yes. Where are you going? Going with C1, now extending into a lead on 145. Temperamentally disinclined to talk. Oh, that's a good early buzz in there from Inisk. Reticent for Team Red is correct. We're going to take C2 for 5 points. A city in southeastern France on the Mediterranean, a leading Team Green with Nice is correct, yes. And they're going to take C1. That's a very strange take. The act of giving a formal authorization. And they're going with license is correct, yes. Go with D2 for 5 points. Just 5 behind the leader. Be sufficient, be adequate, either in quality or quantity. Team Blue with suffice is correct, and you do get to nominate. Taking C1, getting 10 points, and now with a lead of 15. So all teams now into 3-digit territory. Team Red on 100 can still take the win. Team Green on 140. Team Blue in the lead by 15 points on 155. So now we're going to turn about ice to become ECI. ECI is now going to be the 3 letters in all the words in this final part of the game. Good luck to Team Red, Team Green, and Team Blue. And for the final time this game, can we turn about the timer, please? Plausible but false. Plausible but false. Team Green with specious or specious. Yes, it is correct. Going with D1 for 10 points, only 5 behind now. A specific kind of something. Team Red with species is correct, yes. Taking C1 for 10 points. A television production that features a particular person or work or topic. Team Red with a special is correct. Can't score anything, but you can set up. You're going to take the corner, A4. A medicine that has a mitigating effect on a specific disease. Oh, hello, Raiders. Hello there, B-Square Quiz Raiders. Specific was what we were looking for that one. Sharply exact or accurate or delimited. You bring legs. Hello, legs. Welcome, legs. Team Green with specific. No, not quite right. Team Green again with precise is what we're looking for. Yes. Again, you can't score here, but you can set up going with C3. The act of making up your mind about something. Going with decision for Team Blue is correct. You can score from here, Team Blue. Where are you going? A3 for a line of 3 for 5. Now a lead of 10 of high worth or cost. Team Red with precious is correct. Can score here. Go with C3 for a line of 4 for another 10. Directions for making something. Directions for making something. Team Blue, recipe is correct. Can score here. Going with C3 for 2 lines of 3 for another 10. A person who gets something. Team Blue again, recipient is correct. Where are you going? Going with A4 for a line of 4 for 10. Determining or having the power to determine an outcome. Team Green, decisive is correct. Can't score here though, but can set up. Going with C2. Read with difficulty or read with difficulty. Team Green with decipher is correct and can get some scoring here. Gets a line of 3 for 5, and that is time. So at the end of that, Team Red with 120 points. Team Green with 155 points. But our winners this time round with a score of 180 points is Team Blue. Very well played, Team Blue. Whew. That was a lot better, wasn't it? Also, finally, I can catch up with B-Square Quiz and your leg giving. Thank you for the raid of 10. If you don't know who I am, I do this kind of crazy stuff where I do Twitch interactive quiz shows and game shows. If you're not familiar with this particular show, it's called Turnabout. It's a very word-oriented game, as you can see. There's like letter pairs. Each word has those 3 letters in it. You have to find the definition. I do all sorts of other games as well, like 1 versus 100, winning lines. I do Impossible, Wipeout. I have my own show called Outright as well, and lots of crazy stuff like that. I don't have this awarding any doots yet, so I don't know why people are saying doots, because you're not getting any doots for this game yet. This is all a prototype still. No doots today, but you can earn doots, or you can gift out subs like Connor's doing. It's the National Lottery, brought to you by Connor M27, gifting out subs to Pop Roman Comedy, Shabello, Arkadar, DJ, and Scorecount, live from space. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs there, Connor. That is amazing. Thank you very much for that. Oh, so generous. God. So, and thank you for the follow there, Tom Garnett. It's greatly appreciated. So if you are new here, then yeah, I do all this kind of stuff with Twitch Interactive game shows all the time. Rubik's! It's the National Lottery, brought to you by Gia Rubik's, gifting out subs to Exo Alto, Quizzidan, We Like Shapes, Opponent of Wavo, and Riss Win! Rubik's! So generous again for space. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs there. Oh, and LK with 200 bits there as well. Thank you, LK, for the 200 bits. That's greatly appreciated as well. Oh my god, you're all too generous, way too generous. California girls. Yeah, I know. There's one that Toad has actually done recently for Christmassy stuff, which I may have to put in at some point. I believe he is Proogs, yes, but I'll let him say it anyway. Have I started saying Time Shock yet? Not yet. No, I haven't yet, but I need to. Oh, Big Screen Quiz! I didn't need to do that, but thank you for 200 bits. Thank you for that. Oh, God. Well, do you want to play one more? The brilliant thing about this is I just press the continue button every now and then and it just does it. Do you want to play one more? Oh, no problem, Catnip. I know that you've got to deal with doing gold mine stuff on Friday, so do go and relax. Also, Egg gifting out a sub there to Alley Cat, and the hype train started. Well, the hype train has left the station. We're on level 3. Level 3 hype train. We haven't even done anything yet. Well, we have. We've had 2 lots of gifted subs. From 5 gifted subs, plus the bits and the gifted sub and the raid earlier. Oh, just all the sort of stuff. But yeah, level 3 already. That's crazy. And 50 bits for a wrist win. Thank you. Choo choo. Thank you very much for the 50 bits. It is continuing gift sub. Kazviz! Kazviz, what are you doing? It's the National Lottery, brought to you by Kazviz1. Gifting out subs to Paulister, V Trudel, Tom Garnett, Quizbot, CSBA2, Kegler Coach, Little Josie, Tristan H, Kramdos, and Limpin87. Kazviz! What was that? That's Crazy Town! That is Crazy Town! Plus, was that just an extra gift sub on the end of that? Oh no, it's doing them all individually now. It's doing all of the individual gifts now. Oh, Streamlabs, you're drunk. Streamlabs is drunk. It doesn't know what it's doing now. It's doing an individual notification on each of those gifted subs. We're just really drawing to attention those 10 gifted subs that Kazvez gave then. That's just immensely generous, Kazvez. And also Dogfish for the 100 bits that will appear eventually. What's this music clip? This is from Winning Lines. I think specifically the end of the looking after number 1 part when we have a winner going to the Wonderwall. That's that particular sting. Can we play the game underneath this? Well, let me get the lobby open for the last game this evening while all this is going on. I'm just going to mute it briefly as well so that it doesn't clash completely. UYIR for the final game tonight. UYIR. So multi-buzz 0.33 star game. You know what? I'm going to reduce the amount of time you have to play. We'll go with that. It was Turnabout. You were right indeed, Big Screen Quiz. A lot of people were right. You're all very good at identifying a red sphere on a gradiated background. Oh, we're catching up. There's Dogfishes. That's the 100 bits from Dogfish Uno Mas. We also had 8 bits from Diamond Ninja. Thank you very much for those. And we also had 100 bits from Lugaroo as well. Thank you for the 100 bits, Lugaroo. Goodness me. What did you say to me yesterday, Score Count? What did you say to me yesterday? I can't remember. There are various things you said, but I can't remember what in specific context here. Yes. Oh, yeah, you did say that. And yes, you are correct. It does have 15 friends. Yes. Also, let's unmute the audio. So you get to hear all that again. It is a bit of a fast-paced game, V-Trill. That is true. But one of the things is that I can control the number of players in a team as well, so we can play quieter games if we needed to. I'm just like, this is sort of a prototype stream, so it's just testing the limits of Twitch Plays Turnabout and whether team play works, and I think it does actually. I think team play does work. So may end up just being something that I play every now and then, and I just change the rules each time. So it'd be like, alright, we're going to play a game that is teams of 4. Alright, we're going to play a game where everyone plays. Alright, we're going to play a game which is 1v1v1. Just keep turning about the rules, because why not? Alright, Tyson Bay, thank you very much for tuning in, though. Greatly appreciated for you tuning in. So when's Chaos About Turn? Yeah, that's it. We need Chaos About Turn. Hey, maybe we should go into 3D. Rather than just having a 2D grid of spheres, go for a 3D grid of spheres. That way you can introduce more teams. Introduce the pool! I want to do the 3D set at some point. So that there's a little more substance to the game. But for now, get the functionality working and then deal with the niceties afterwards. 64 balls, yes! Get the 64 sphere game in. At least at the beginning you only have to turn 8 grey spheres before we get anywhere. Sphere word attack 64. So it's just you know, messing around with things to see how it works. And I think it's, you know, pretty reasonable. So we have multi-buzz 33% set, star game. I've changed the time in the round to 70 seconds. Because I think the 90 seconds was possibly a bit too long. Like, all 3 teams were finished before the time elapsed. And I don't think that's quite right for the game. You should be running out of time if you're not fast enough. So I brought it down to 70 seconds, so you've lost 20 seconds. But you still have the 5 maximum guesses for each answer. Because I think that works well. And the hype train has now departed. Thank you very much, everyone that gifted subs, donated bits, etc. in that donation train, that hype train. Greatly appreciated, as I say. Just immensely generous, every one of you. All you just need to do is just tune in, and you people do things like that. It's quite ridiculous. It is quite ridiculous. Okay, I think we are all ready then for the final time. Let me have a quick look at the games it's generated this time. Okay, that might work. That's going to be an interesting sphere game when we get to that one. And oh, that's a very interesting star game letter combination. Very interesting letter combination for the star game. We could be interested to see how that one goes. But the second sphere game, yeah, we'll see how that goes later. So, if we're all ready, let's allocate your teams. There we all are. So, Team Red, Team Green, Team Blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. 7 per team? 6 or 7 per team from the looks of things. So we are looking at 3 people in your team to buzz, from the sounds of things then. And Keshi just can't get away from blue team, apparently. Okay. So yeah, it's 7 or 8, so you need 3 people in your team to buzz with the same answer for it to accept as a team buzz. If you are all ready then, let us get into the first sphere game. And all the words in this first half will have the word own in there. O-W-N. As always, we need to turn the grey spheres first before turning anything else. And if you're all ready, public chat or whisper will work. If you're all ready, let's turn about the timer. American football, a complete play to advance the football. Team green with down is correct. And we'll go with A1. An orange of low brightness and saturation. Yes. Team red with brown is correct. Yes. Brown is just orange with context. D1. The people living in a municipality smaller than a city. Town is correct. Yes. Where do you want to go? Go with A4. Okay, one grey left. Transfer a file or program from a central computer to a smaller computer. Team red, download is correct. You have to take that final sphere, and now all the other spheres are in play. The part of a hat covering the crown of the head. Team green with crown, surprisingly, is correct. Yes. Where do you want to go? Go for A2. That gets you 15 points. Analysis into mutually exclusive categories. Team green with breakdown is correct. Very well played. Going with B2 for a line of 3 for 5. Widely known and esteemed. Team red with renowned is correct. And you go with C2. Control for C2 for 10 points. A facial expression of dislike or displeasure. Frown is correct. Team green. Taking back C2, and that gets them 10 points. Apprehended with certainty. Apprehended with certainty. Team green with known is correct. Yes. And they're going to take D2, making another line for 10. Long, usually formal, woman's dress. Team red with gown is correct. Taking back control of C2 for another 10. The state of quality of being widely honoured and acclaimed. Team green with renown is correct. And taking back control of C2 gets them another 15. A concluding summary as in presenting a case before a law court. A concluding summary. It's a rundown. A rundown. A person who amuses others by ridiculous behaviour. Team blue is clown. Yes, there we go. Where are you going? Interestingly, D2. A period of time when something is not operating. Team green with downtime is correct. Yes. And they're going to take B3. That gets them another 10 points. So at the end of the first half there. Team blue yet to score. Team red with 20. Team green in the lead on 65. But now we are going to turn about the own, OWN, into NWO. NWO is now going to be the letter combination. New World Order, as Cashy Head says. It is now the new turnabout order. And we're going to turn about the timer. Out of the ordinary. Out of the ordinary. Team green with unworldly. No. Team green again with unworldly. No. Team green with unworldly. No. Uh-oh. Are we stuck in a loop? Uh-oh, I think we're stuck in a loop. We're stuck in a loop. Well, that's a bug. Let me fix that. What's happened there? What has happened there? Why are we stuck in a loop? You should be DQing the buzz. Sphere gate sequence. While it has a buzz, get the buzz, which should DQ it. So I'm going to put in a breakpoint there to see what's going on here. And let it run. Yeah, ignore that. Buzz queue count. The buzz queue's got 7 entries. Oh yeah, it is doing it for each individual person. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay. That's very interesting. I need to figure out why that is in future, but we'll just let it play out. Whoops, it's wrong. We'll just let it play out. See what happens. Unworldy. No. Yup. Nope. XD. Nope. Lol. Nope. Unworldly. No. Oh, God. Unworldy. No. Unworldy. No. What the heck's going on? Are we done? Unwanted. No. Yes, it is! It is unwanted! We're through! Lacking in value or merit. Oh my god. Unworthy is correct, yes. That was an interesting bug. I need to figure out what happened there. And we had 10. Exceptionally tough or hard wood of any of a number of ironwood trees. Team Blue with ironwood. Yes, it is! Where are you going, Blue? Go with B2. Woodlands in full leaf. Greenwood is correct. Going with that. And before we continue, I can actually refund some of the time that we lost in that game. So let me run to the timer. I'm going to add some time back for all that time we lost. So we're going to add... Refill the turnabout timer. We're going to add 30 seconds back to the timer. So we're gaining back the time we lost from all that madness. There we go. Not concerned with the temporal world or swayed by mundane considerations. The temporal world, eh? Unworldly. Yeah, that's the one. That one's unworldly. And we get 15 points there for Team Green. East Indian tree with valuable, hard, lustrous, yellowish wood. Team Red with brown wood. No, it's not. Team Green with brown wood. No, it's not. Team Red with brown wood. No, it's not. Oh, no, not again. Team Blue with brown wood. No, it's not. Team Green with brown wood. No, it's not. Team Green with brown wood. No, it's not. Team Red with brown wood. No, it's not. Team Green with brown wood. No, it's not. Oh my god. It's not brown wood. We're going to keep going through the buzzes though. It's not Greenwood. It's not Greenwood. It's not Greenwood. It's not Greenwood. It's not Brownwood. We're back to Brownwood again. It's not Greenwood. Leavenwood. No, it's not. Crownwood. No, it's not. Greenwood. No. Anywood. No, it's not. What, the question again? No, it's not. Brown worm. No. Orange wood. No. It couldn't possibly be that. Organ wood. No. Oh, this is amazing. It's not wood. It's not just wood. Freedom. No, it's not. Help. No. Stop submitting things. Stop submitting words. Orangewood, no. Leavenwood, no. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Colourwood, no. Crownwood, no. No, it's not that. Right, we have 13 in the queue. 13 in the queue, for goodness sake. Right, immediate window. Buzz queue dot clear. We're going to end this madness. We're clearing the queue. The queue's been cleared. And now it's not doing anything. Oh, but because it's crashed now. It said that someone had the buzz and oh, for goodness sake. Oh, for goodness sake. What was it? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I'm now stuck in purgatory. I'm stuck. The game's stuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. What can I do? What can I do now? I do not know what I can do now because it's all just completely broken now. Can I run my own sequence or not? Can I run my own sequence? Can I just skip the intro lobby sequence? The thing with the lobby sequence is that it's going to have new players. If I do that, I don't want to do that, so I want to avoid doing that, but I can't not do that. And I haven't associated the star game or sphere game yet, so I can't do that either. Yeah, the game's dead. The game's dead. The game's dead. I can't resurrect it. It is a hard lock on that one, I'm afraid. So, note to self: I need to fix multi-buzz to not do that. I need to fix multi-buzz to not do that. But thank you, everyone, for your extensive testing on this system. So what were the interesting rounds? Oh, yeah, the interesting rounds that you didn't get to see. So after that, we would have had a star game with combinations of the letters USB. So it would have been USB, SBU, and BUS. Those were the three combinations there for the star game. And then for the final sphere game, it would have been combinations of CID and then reversed to DIC. CID and DIC was the last round there, the last sphere game. That's what you had picked. But alas, you did not get to see that this time round. So I am going to end it there because I need to fix it. Did anyone say something with Samster did say in the queue, but I wanted to clear the queue so that we could get out of here, but apparently that was a bad thing to do. But Samster did at least have Satterwood in the queue. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Sorry about that and why it all completely failed. I need to fix the buzzer to make multi-buzz actually work. I'm kind of surprised the multi-buzz did just work like that. But hey ho. Hope you had fun with Turnabout. That's why it's a prototype. Absolutely. Things will definitely break. Like I did this with testing of one person. I can't do teams with one person. So it was a miracle that it was able to do that much with that many people answering at once. So I'll have to look at why it was doing weird buzzing behaviour there, but should be able to fix it. And on Team Red, what? Ash, and Ben? Ash, and Ben? Yes? What score count? Yes? What? What score count? What? Oh, okay, fair enough. And on the red team, yes. So that is going to be it for this evening. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for testing us. I hope you had fun with Turnabout. If you've got any ideas for extra things to add to Turnabout, I know that one of them is the Stargate to allow you to specify 1 through 16 rather than typing the full answer. Here's a miss on that one. It might work, but then I'll have to reduce the timer if I do that. And any other sort of little extra tweaks to it that could work for team-based games or not, or things like that, do let me know on Discord in the ideas channel. Tomorrow, Quizzy Dan will be doing his bingo, as always. That starts at 8 PM. Friday, I won't be on stream, but Catnip will be with some Golden Mind. So do tune in for some Golden Mind on Friday at 8 PM. Saturday, I don't know if I'm going to be doing a Unity workshop or not yet. Might do, might not. Depends on how I feel. Saturday evening, though, there will be the Escape Artist, I believe, is the first game with Cast 7th pack, and then some Red Herrings games. After that, if memory serves. Sunday, Tipster with Pinnacle Larder. That's about 7 p.m. GMT. Monday is my birthday. So I might be doing a stream then, which might be a Jackbox party pack kind of birthday thing, where I find alcohol and things and drink it. So, Monday, fun day, absolutely. I'm old. I'm glad you noticed just now, Procyon. So, yes, birthday stream on Monday, outside of my normal streaming schedule, yes. And we'll have fun or something. Only connected on that bash stream, absolutely. And they're not scheduled at the same time. Hey, only connected at 7:30 now. It's been moved back, and I start at 8. Perfect. And then Ben's back on Tuesday with other stuff that he's doing, and then it'll be we'll be heading into the 12 days of Quizmas as well to look forward to. So all good fun to be had coming soon here on Twitch. And I've put in some I've now gotten some days taken off for December as well, so that's all been set up as well. It's not brown wood, it's not green wad. I know that's probably going to end up being a meme now, as is the way, but I hope you had fun with that. Let's put it back on the logo screen with some music, and I'll say thank you very much for tuning in. See you around on Friday for Golden Mind, hosted by Catnip, not by myself. And I'll be back with new stuff soon. Catch you later. Bye now.